And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the World Table Tennis Championships 2013 in Paris, France. We're in the men's singles division, round of 16. And we'll be seeing another installment of a top Chinese player here. It'll be on the left, Yanan, and he's facing from Chinese Taipei, Chuang Chih yuan. We see a full shot of the Palais Omnisport de Paris-Bercy, the venue for this event with 17,000 seats, well filled up over the last few days. Very good atmosphere for table tennis, very enthusiastic spectators and fans of all age and all nationalities cheering for spectacular table tennis, and we will no doubt be seeing that here again in this match. Chuang Chih yuan, number 6 in the world at the moment. This is Yanan, the young Chinese newcomer, if you will, up-and-coming player, ranked 14.
Yeah, I'm most interested to take a look at Chuang, how he can play here. I mean, he has a history of playing league matches in France. I saw him play World Cup a couple of years ago here in France and really got the crowd going and was quite a popular player and very motivated. Of course, a super professional player in my opinion. So well liked all around the European clubs. He's been playing it over the years and really so extremely in good form this year also. And that flip around from losing the bronze medal match in London and then get going with a career at the age of 32, you know, it's not so easy, but he's done well, and I'm sure he's coming here with some ambitions, and for sure in a match like this, he has the experience that counts.
He is indeed a very well-established, experienced player against the young and upcoming Yanan. Not that much experience on the international level. And that voice you just heard, ladies and gentlemen, is Mikael Andersson. I am Sebastian Hall, and I'm sure we'll all be waiting at the edge of our seat here for this match to begin. You've said it, Mikael. Chuang Chih yuan, very spectacular game. Loves these long rallies. Quite the endurance he has too. He brings every topspin back and then one more. And he'll be needing all of that against Yanan.
Sure he will, and I think he knows that. He knows that his game has to be on the top level to be able to take down one of the more up-and-comers here. Yanan has actually done some unbelievable good performances right away. They played well in the Chinese Super League now for a couple of years, and power is no problem for him, as we see in the warm-up. But Yanan is a versatile player with few weak points. What Chan obviously has to hope here is that, you know, playing a World Championships, being at this stage of the tournament, that he feels some kind of pressure on performing. But
on the other hand, if you look at the game from Chuang Chih yuan, quite a few weaknesses present, especially serve return has been an issue in his game in the past, and that is what you've said it in the introduction. Mainly has lost him that bronze medal match against Dmitry Ovtcharov in the Olympics 2012. Ovtcharov did take advantage of that fact. The short serve into the Chuang forehand has proven successful there. We'll see if Yanan picks on this once again. I'm virtually certain that Chuang Chih yuan has been working on that in the past.
And And the problem with a guy like Chuan that also played occasionally, I think, in the Chinese league, if I'm not mistaken, but let's say that they played many times in China and many times obviously in Pro Tour events, and the coaches would know him very well. So there's really no secret when you play against Chuan. I mean, if you happen to get out in the long rallies, yeah, you got to take them, and that's the strength of him. But you got to be able to pick up on a few service points and be happy with that when you play against Chuan. So it will be interesting to see how Yanan goes about this, and if he's relaxed, feels good, comfortable, and so on. I think that Chuan will have a very hard time going up against him. But if he can show experience and some pressure on Yanan, then it's a different story.
Yanan, good job of him reaching this stage of the tournament already. Once again, just to put this into context here, letting Yanan play in the singles means leaving out players like Hao Shuai, like Chen Qi, like Wang Liqian, these very established players among the Chinese. Liu Guoliang did trust him to go far in this tournament, and he's done a fine job of it too.
Yeah, there's no doubt that he's one of the players that they're going for. Fan Chendong, also the 16-year-old here, is part of that. And I saw Yanan come out on the international scene. I think he played in 2006 World Junior Championships in Stanford University in California, and that was the first time he kind of came out and was not as dominating among this group. But just the last few years, he's been really taking a step up. Quick player, Yanan. Unbelievable quick feats. You saw it right there, although he made a mistake with his forehand. He was very quick turnaround from backhand to forehand.
So is Chuang Chih yuan.
I think we can be in for some fireworks here. There's no doubt.
I'm counting on that too. Always a pleasure to see Chuang play as a spectator.
Maybe worries me a little bit with Chuan's backhand side. If you get that kickback backhand going from Yanan's side, then might be an issue.
Yanan has established himself quite well.
This opening is maybe not so good for Chuan, showing right away with its like a little bit of hesitation, and Yanan dominating that forehand game. You got to win that, go around your corner quickly here and be aggressive.
Nicely done.
Or do like that, it's fine as well.
This is the thing with Chuan's backhand. He used to play forehand whenever he can, but he also has this very strong backhand topspin that sometimes makes an appearance in a rally when you least expect it.
6-4.
Good serve.
Got a lot of spin on that short serve. A little bit side over. Yanan didn't read it well.
Very quick reaction from Yanan.
What a reaction shot, though. You don't have your body behind, but you take a last-minute decision there and just pulls it down the line.
Four-8. Four-9.
This time the backhand missing the table. 9-4.
not kind of steering it down the line, but it's quite impressive shot.
10-5.
That would have been quite spectacular if that came indeed to the table. Didn't miss by all that much. Game points, 5 in a row for Yanan.
6-10.
Yeah, you can see how important it is for Chuang to kind of keep quality in the returns. That, you know, that can take a game or so before you find the rhythm in your returning, but it's extremely important that he becomes aggressive when returning.
11-6 is the score. The first game to Yanan from China. He leads 1 game to 0 over Chuang Chih yuan.
Première manche, Yann exercice et temps mort demandé par les divisions.
Second game about to start of this best of 7. First game won by Yanan. See what words of wisdom Chuang Chih yuan has been given.
Lawful. 1 love.
Yanan claiming that ball did not bounce on the table. Excuse me, of course, Chuang is that claiming touched his racket before bouncing on the table. That will be in his point. Let's see if we can see that in the slow motion.
Please continue.
Difficult to say.
Please
I'm
continue.
concerned it's a correct serve, but I don't know what he's really arguing about. Maybe he was not ready to return or something like that, but it's a quick serve though.
I believe it was the bounce. He said that to the umpire, bounced once. But we'll never know, and it is not important at the moment. The umpire has the last word in all such matters, and it is good that it is that way. 1 point each. And this is indeed fireworks, Mikael, as you promised in this game. What a rally, what a point.
And that's a trademark Chuan table tennis. Really fantastic open rally, and is working his forehand, putting it a fantastic backhand shot as well.
One, 3.
One quick feed. He did recover that, Chuang Chih yuan. But I believe at least a step missing to reach the backhand topspin. Did stop. And what was once 3-0 is now 3 points each.
Oh, those points are so important, I feel. I mean, he was a good counter topspin. He got a lot of time also. Couldn't get any power really on there. That was too soft. So it gave Yanan a chance to come back.
That is exactly is an issue with the topspin of Chuang Chih yuan. While very fast, there's not that much power behind the topspin. Not a hard hit topspin, if you will.
That's maybe what you're seeing in this, can see in this match also, that, you know, so much closer table, so much more power from one side, and Yuan can maybe match that. I'm sure
5-4.
he's trying to, but at the moment I think Yanan is still a little bit dominating. And I like his very heavy, a lot of wrist action in his serve also, Yanan.
Very nicely placed directly onto the body.
And you read this, or you see how quickly he takes that decision, and he sees more or less on the racket, he reads that the ball may come back with a backhand of that nature, but then it will come cross.
4-7.
May very well be the case that this game is indeed won by power, and in that regard, absolutely right. Yanan bit on the top here.
Perfect spin though by Chuan, and I think that's one thing that he should not underestimate, to use as a weapon here, and really pulled through with a lot of spin against Yanan, because Jan is playing one of these risk and reward games. There's no hesitation whatsoever, so you need to be careful where you place the ball against him.
That was crucial for Yanan. Always a different thing if you stay ahead 2 points or 3. With 2 points, you always have the feeling that the opponent can tie the score with his own serve. For example, with 3 points, you're at least 1 point safe. This is, of course, not the case, but that's how it feels like. And now at 9-5, Yanan firmly in the grip.
I mean, we're looking at slow motion, and it still looks quick on the slow motion, in my opinion. You see it live here in front of our eyes. Also, it's amazing how quick he is around the corner, this guy.
5-10.
10-5, and this is a phenomenon with many spectators here can validate. If you see table tennis live, it is even faster than you see on the screen. Stepped around. That was very much like the nature of Jan Ahn here, stepping here around and playing this, as you call it, risk and reward, going for it. But Yanan takes the point necessary to score him that 11-6 in the second game. He's up now 2 games to 0.
Deuxième manche, le numéro 2, Yann Anne 11-6. Donc 2 manches à 0.
Good game. Sorry. Chuang Chih yuan.
Third game underway. World Championships. Round of 16 in the men's singles. Yanan up 2 games to 0 over Chuang Chih yuan. Mikael Andersson, you have been a professional coach for quite some time. How would you coach Chuang in this situation?
I would worry me a little bit about his returning though, because like he's struggling a little bit in the tempo of the rallies. I would say it's all you have to break it down to service and return, though, and really make sure that you maintain a good quality on your opening shots and where to place that. And that's something you have to have a feeling for also with the player, that this is my good direction. And I'm not sure that he can. It's such a good tactics actually, just open up here and go power to power. I feel that Jan is quite comfortable in that sense, so you got to place it a little bit more smarter, and that's maybe not Chuan's really strength.
2-1.
Might just be the case here. We see once again the serve receive with the forehand. It is not a bad receive, but it trails just a little too high. It doesn't have that fine touch from the service receive in the forehand. The backhand is better.
That's a good quality table tennis to save that ball, and so good to come back into the rally there, you know, under pressure, then moving closer to the table and showing his unbelievable reactions. And I think it's so hard to pull it through when you have a player with that kind of reactions like Jan is showing here.
2-3.
Nice angle from Chuang Chih yuan. Hook. It's been called.
That was a good serve also, so maybe he found something there that he can use here. It was a very quick serve with good quality.
Once again, made that appearance here, this lightning fast backhand topspin. Very efficient motion too. Looks quite smooth.
But much better though by Sean. Better quality on the first. This ball there, that's a good quality, and then follow it up. I mean, you have no other options basically.
He has had some problems in the backhand though when he's caught far off the table. There's one step missing in stepping towards the table, stepping towards the ball here. In front of the table he does it quite well. Chuang Chih yuan, that is.
I think it's also because, you know, it's an unusual feeling for him maybe not to be able to keep pace with your opponent. Normally he's the quicker one at the table. Now he's playing an extremely quick player, and you know, it's such a strange feeling maybe that he doesn't feel that he has control over that, and then stresses a little bit and is a little bit tense in his backhand game.
4-5.
And to save the match, he absolutely must have this game, and he must swing himself on top right well, because I feel it's been quite comfortable ride so far for Jan in this match.
That's exactly the case, and this is so difficult for a player if your own strengths are also the strengths of your opponent. You need to have some sort of a, let's call it a B game, something to as a backup device if your A game fails. Chuang Chih yuan, I absolutely agree, is still struggling to find that.
7-4.
That was a good shot again. He tried a deep cut there and went around the corner, really concentrated on getting a lot of spin in that forehand opener.
You can see him lifting his arm towards his head, always an indication that the focus is more on spin than speed.
Let's 5-7. 5-8.
Jan always keeps in the lead. Once again, very fast the reaction here. Very quick movements required to play a topspin on that even.
8.
He's once again been successful with the long serve.
And I like he went into the middle now and also tried from there, so that's quite okay. So I think he has to have that in his arsenal of serves in order to confuse a little bit.
Wow. Top spin versus top spin is what the spectators want to see on this Saturday evening in Paris. We've seen quite a few of these spectacular rallies. Once again, though, with the upper hand for the Chinese player, who's up 2-0 and now 9-6.
7-9.
Let us now see what kind of service Chuan comes up with here. He's used, as you said, the fast service a few times down to the backhand side. He had a couple of good serves, also short forehand, where he pushed the envelope a little bit, put some pressure on Yanan.
Fast serve did not work out.
That's what I call a read the mind of your opponent, because there's absolutely no hesitation there. He saw it right away, and you know that I would call it an overuse, but and you see him really confident.
11-7. Look at the body language on Yan An. I absolutely agree with you there, feeling very comfortable at the moment. He's up 3-0 over Chuang Chih yuan.
Thank you.
Troisième manche pour Yan Han, 11-7, donc 3 manches à 0.
Fourth game. Yon to shove. Lawful.
Fourth game is commencing. Yan An quite comfortably up 3-0, looking for a spot in the men's singles quarterfinals at the 2013 World Table Tennis Championships in Paris. Who will it be? Chuang Chih yuan of Chinese Taipei or Yan An of China?
1-0.
So far, the answer has to be Yan An. Positive body language still displayed by Chuang Chih yuan. Clenching his fist here. He knows what better place to start a comeback than right here.
Yeah, he's been around, so he knows absolutely what he has to do. Let's see if he has the energy to execute also.
1-3.
That ball did indeed clip the table, but it was on the side. And of course, it does not count.
I mean, he's really played well in doubles here. Chuan, really successful double pairing with Chen Chenan. And of course, he spent some energy maybe this morning, but
2-3.
I think it's a question of confidence somehow. I mean, he has the experience, but he's feeling here that he's kind of a little bit undressed in terms of his own skill set.
And as usual with the Chinese players, they are very prepared for a match. Have this big staff of specialists filming each match here of their possible opponents, analyzing strengths and weaknesses, and then briefing the players on them. again with the long serve. And I feel it is coming, as you say. Okay, that might be the term overused. Thrown around here. Yan-An was surprised, but he now has in his mind that Chuang Chih yuan really likes to do these long serves, and he's more and more prepared for them, especially in the backhand now.
That's a good point, though, for Chuan, really to work a couple of points there and had a lot of spin on that forehand also. So that is the toughest part for, I think, Yan-An, if Chuan can get a lot of spin on his forehand top spins.
Not only was that absolutely astonishing to see that Yan-An on the last topspin, if we see that in slow motion here, waited a bit until Chuang was stepping more and more back. But look at the acceleration on the last topspin. We see that now in slow motion. It looks so fast. He was going from 0 to very fast in a fraction of a second.
He has such a quick forehand technique, you know, when you see the rallies like that. It's amazing how short his forehand topspin move is, and that makes it, of course, very, very difficult. There's really no backswing or anything. It's just using forearm and wrist and just kicking the ball back.
And another point scored. The rally immediately develops in a way that Chuang Chih yuan can only react to everything that Yan-An is doing. He has no opportunity to really develop his game here, to put pressure on Yan-An. It is always the other way around.
No doubt a very, very solid performance by Yan-An also. I mean, it's not easy to go out here, you play an experienced player, but I think also there's not so much fear, and it really develops nicely if you're a player, you feel just a little bit quicker.
And he's winning the longer rallies too. He's winning in Chuang's terms.
Yeah, one guy standing a little bit closer, a little bit more quicker reactions, and a little bit more power. What do you do? And time from Chuang's corner, obviously. He's really has a mountain to climb here now.
You're absolutely right. A tall mountain it is. 8-5 and 3-0. Forces a timeout from Chuang Chih yuan. Quite late, I have to say. But there was never really an opportunity in this game for a good timeout. So this is sort of a last-minute resort.
You can see that sometimes on Chuan against Chinese opponents, strong Chinese opponents. It's always been there with him. I think that tremendous respect, but he's been one of these players that always advances through also, and played him in important matches. And if you get undressed time after time, you know, kind of lose some of that feeling that you can beat them. I mean, obviously he's done it a couple of times, but if you put the stats in front of me telling me that Chuan against Chinese top players the last almost 10 years, you will have a pretty overwhelming stat to deal with.
That's exactly the case. He's been around so long. The players know him that well. Has been one of the major opponents of the Chinese table tennis players for quite some years. And they have developed good tactics against him. And that, among other things, is why Yan-An now has 5 match points in this game.
10-6.
Once again finishing it with a fast topspin. so fast.
And I'm amazed how well he played here, actually. Yanan was on top of his game. He knew exactly what to do. He knew how to serve. And they really, then it's a question of what kind of weapons Chuan had left in his arsenal. And I think this time, you know, you need the hammer, you take the screwdriver. It's not going to work. And that's what... This was all Yanan from the beginning to end.
Couldn't have said it better. Thank you very much, Mikael Andersson, for that assessment. Yanan indeed does beat Chuang Chih yuan 4-0. He remains in the World Championships 2013 in Paris in the field of the men's singles division. At the quarterfinals tomorrow, we will see him against his compatriot Wang Hao. And what spectacular table tennis we have coming up for you tomorrow again. If we look at the men's singles alone, we have Xu Xian versus Kenta Matsudera. We have Wang Hao versus Yan An, Timo Boll versus Ma Long. And Zhang Jike will be either awaiting Dmitry Ovtcharov or Patrick Baum from Germany. That game is being decided one table over. This is it for the broadcast of table number 2 here at the World Championships. Join us tomorrow at the 7th day of competition on the Sunday, where some of the finals will be played out, and we'll have lots of spectacular table tennis still coming up to you. My name is Sebastian Hahn, wishing you a good evening from wherever you're watching us.